Hey everybody, welcome to the show. We got a fun one for you today. We're going to do a little predictions.
Yeah, Revolution, Ricky State.
Revolution.
Yeah. Predictions. I always look forward to the predictions episodes. They're my favorites.
They're fun. I haven't actually watched any other big channels predictions on this yet, so
Well, it's because they all suck. Nobody's got insight like the Grapple Sauce gang.
Yeah.
right?
I haven't seen any predictions out yet, actually. I think they're all still dealing with Elimination Chamber.
Or we are kind of in mourning as we're all wearing black or darker colors on this tragic day, which we'll get to. But I think a lot of them are also waiting for Dynamite because I have about 9 matches written down. But, Tony Khan will add like 3 more by Collision. So
True.
they're probably just waiting, whereas we're like, nah, we got this.
So are they doing a collision? The pay-per-view is on Sunday, right?
Good question. Let me look. So it's a double
If they're
taping
not.
on Wednesday. So
Okay.
there will be a collision. It's just going to be taped. So we'll know spoilers by Dynamite.
Cool.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber, huh?
Yeah. Without the big elephant at the very end, it was a phenomenal pay-per-view. If it if it ended with Cena winning the chamber and going, "You can't see me," it still would be a pretty good show. Like every match was solid. You had a nice little chip break match with the Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus. It's hard to say that. Match against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. The women's chamber was really good. Jade Cargill beat down Naomi. It was really pretty intense.
Yeah, that whole match, too, their sense of urgency, they were going for it. It had, AEW, just boom, 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 boom kind of vibes.
There was a cool spot where someone had a crossface on, and they, scurried over to the metal cage, and they, drug their knuckles up against the cage to get it off. That was, a nice spot you don't typically see.
My girl, Bailey. I love her.
Liv Morgan was the MVP, which she was that might have been one of the best matches in her career. She was on fire, she was on point, every move she did looked good. She was in there
She is not afraid to take a crazy bump either.
And then that Bianca Belair whipped her with her hair, right? And there's it's typically a loud sound. Then there are a few against Sasha Banks at WrestleMania and Liv Morgan here where you can hear it throughout the stadium. So it was pretty good. And then Alexa Bliss was pretty good too. I almost wanted Liv Morgan to win. She was doing so well, but I was like, I don't want to see Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan again. But we'll see what Bianca Belair does.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That hair whip. Oh man, that red mark that left, that drew blood. That was insane.
She had a lot of bruises. Like no one really gets banged up in WWE matches that often, but she was bruised all over this. So kudos to her. And then the babyfaces won the tag team match, and then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was very good. I heard someone who's watched their entire feud describe it as this is their greatest hits, which you know what? I enjoyed it because it was a lot of really fun spots. Geez, they took so many bumps. Especially for a WWE match, it was just crazy. They brought out a barbed wire chair, and then they set up a little chair table, and they had the barbed wire chair as the flat part. Sami Zayn did a blue thunder bomb to Kevin Owens on that, and he also did a drop toe hold on the chair, so Kevin's face just went right onto that barbed wire chair. And it is WWE, so my standards are a bit low for their death matches. But even stuff like that, I was like, damn, that shit looked like it hurt. And Owen sold it like he got shot in the face. It was great. And then the end of the match was really good, and it tied back to Kevin Owens' introduction in WWE because he started out. Sami Zayn had just won the NXT Championship, and he did a power bomb to him on the apron, right? So crazy. That was you ended the match back then that day. So he hit him with one of those, and then he was going for another one, and he kind of like messed it up a little bit. But then Sami Zayn improvised and got a little like last jab in, and then he hit it one more time. So after 2 power bombs to the apron, 0-1. Owens won.
Yeah.
And then Orton came back, was going to go for the punt.
Oh, punt versus the package pile driver. Is that going to be the WrestleMania story for those two?
Honestly, like, it's crazy because a week ago I was like, Owens and Orton. I don't really care about that at Mania, but now it's like, oh, I want that at Mania. I want it to be no DQ, and I want them to go crazy. Like, they're not gonna go crazy because it's Orton, but like, I want to see punts, package pile drivers, like, make it an AEW match. And then of course the men's chamber, really quick. Like it started off a little boring with like Seth and Drew and Damian, and then Logan came in. He was fine. He kind of just was up to no good. And then Cena came in, blew up the place. He's doing all his typical moves, but like I was so into it because like Cena, like he was kind of washed for a couple years. So I was kind of concerned about this last year. I was like, does he still have it in him? Like, I don't want like Chad, think back to the Austin Theory match at WrestleMania. That match stunk. So I was like, if that's going to be Cena for the rest of his career, I'm kind of sad, and I don't really want him to be champ. But he and Punk turned back the clock. They had a great sequence where they were just exchanging like rolls and counters. Like, oh my gosh, it was so fun. And then there was a lot of like really interesting story beats too, where Cena and Punk were kind of teaming up on Seth Rollins. Like they hit a heart attack on Seth Rollins.
That was awesome. I don't even think the crowd really got it. Like they didn't pop too hard.
Yeah, they didn't really set it up, but like they said it at like a dozen times on commentary, so that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
You
know what? Also, they said on commentary a lot.
What?
That they got the national anthem got booed out.
Yeah, it was specifically Pat McAfee was like, I can't believe they would boo the national anthem. They suck, and it's like, I get it. You mentioned it once, maybe because he's kind of heel, right? But like it, like you could tell it legit pissed him off IRL, and he wouldn't stop bringing it up. He mostly did it for the women's match because I think he was bored. So he'd be like, "Man, these fans suck because they boo our anthem." Anyways,
where were they?
Toronto. Yeah, they played the anthem, which like turns out Canada's been booing the national anthem lately, so maybe you shouldn't have played the national anthem.
Yeah, read the room.
I don't know. Like, I'm not even getting political. I'm just saying you don't want to start your show off with a bunch of boos. Yeah. And they are going to boo, so don't do it. Whatever. Anyways, and then Cena and Punk also teamed up on Rollins to beat him, right? At the same time, they hit him with an AA and then a GTS. And then there was a really great shot where Cena threw Punk's like head out the ring, and immediately you just see Seth Rollins come out of nowhere and curb stomp him right to the outside. And then Cena like sees that Punk is down, capitalizes, and like he locks him in an STF and makes him pass out. So it's like, ooh, already heelish. And then Cody comes out, Rock comes out, Rock's like, and Travis Scott is there smoking weed in the ring, which is I get what they're going for. They're going for like a Hollywood heel kind of thing where it's like, oh, I'm bringing in a celebrity, right? It's like the old WWE, right? You don't like this. So I think it's a good thing if this gets its comeuppance eventually. Anyways, long story short, Cody tells Rock to go F himself. So Christian's influence is alive and well. And then old Cena turns on him.
Yeah.
And beats him up and beats him up. I think he takes, I think it's like the Rolex that Nick Khan gave Cody. That was the Rolex that Dusty pawned to give Cody and his sister acting lessons. I think he beat him up with that. He choked him with his tie, which is a big no-no in WWE. And yeah, so we live in a world where The Rock and Cena are heels against Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, cool. I'm here for it. I'm probably going to watch Raw tonight.
Oh, yeah. If I wasn't working, I'd watch it live, and then
Who wrote that schedule?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to go spoiler-free and watch it as soon as I get home, because I'm, like, legit excited. I want to know what happens next.
The only thing that'll make me happy is if they just make the NWO.
They might. There could be another person, brother. Could be like, I was kind of thinking like it's not like I don't like him. I don't want to see him on TV, but I don't have a choice. Logan Paul wouldn't be a bad idea in this group. Putting Logan Paul with Cena and The Rock might actually start getting them booed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Elimination Chamber was a very, very good show. If you like WWE and you were a little hesitant on the road to WrestleMania, I think this should probably get you excited. Unless, of course, they botch it, which is always possible. But I have faith.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm hoping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, who cares about WWE? It's about AEW, and it's time for some Revolution predictions. Now, if you haven't been a part of this for a while, I don't think we've done one of these since Full Gear, so I'll remind you. We do a 3-point system. 2 points is what you think will happen. 1 point for what you want to happen. So we'll take a real simple match to start. Big Boom AJ and the Conglomeration, Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe versus MXM Collection, so Mansoor and Mason Madden, and Johnny TV. So a match like that, I'm just going all in on Team Big Boom AJ because it's not like he's fighting anyone real, right? Like, and yeah, do I think the guest celebrity and Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe are going to lose to Johnny TV and MXM Collection? No, but you'll see later on. We'll have some mixed opinions, of course. But yeah, so I'll throw it to Dave for your opener, your only 0-hour match. Who do you want to win and why?
I mean, I'm all in on the Boom Boom. All three, baby. There's no way. It wouldn't serve a purpose for them to lose at all. In any way.
Unfortunately, I gotta admit, I'm not as excited for this one as the QT Marshall match because they haven't really booked this one. They just kind of like, I will do it. But it'll still be a fun time. Chad, who do you got and why?
I mean, for me, it's obvious that MXM Collective is going to lose.
Oh,
Got him.
the roller coaster of emotions. So also all in on AJ.
Of course. Could you imagine starting a pay-per-view off that like that? Well, here's this huge ball Twitch sensation or whatever he is. I don't know. TikTok. There, I knew it was one of the T ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we're just gonna bury him.
Johnny TV needs his 1 win a year. It'll be now. But yeah, should be a fun little match. Next up, in a steel cage match, bloody hell. Billy Boy Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. I'm gonna throw it back to Dave because you look pretty excited about this one. Who do you got and why?
I'm very excited for the match. This is the rubber match, right?
Yep. Ospreay beat him at World's End. Fletcher beat him at Full Gear. So this is their final one for now.
Oh man. I think Will Ospreay for 2. But I kind of want Fletcher for
Fair.
1. I mean, Fletcher needs a win. I think that would solidify him. Like, he's close. Like, when he beat Will Ospreay at World's End or what was it? Full Gear. Dude, that was a big moment. That was a huge thing for his career, but putting the nail in the coffin, that would really, really do it.
Yeah, I feel that. Chad, who do you got and why?
I too would like a certain Kyle Fletcher to win. Do I think Ospreay's going to win? That's the question. I don't know which has more upside. They both make sense. Either one, that's a coin flip for me. I think they're going to have Ospreay win. He's been doing the job a little too often in those big matches lately.
Yeah. Got gosh, our first two we're all going to be agreeing, but I really don't see anything else. I do want Kyle Fletcher to win. I think Osprey's made, right? He doesn't need, he does need to win. I do think he's losing too much, even if Sona doesn't really like him. He's losing way too much for the caliber of talent that he is. So I don't think he should lose to Kyle Fletcher again. I think that first loss he took, or the first win that Kyle Fletcher had, still means a lot. It'll just be disappointing for Fletcher, and especially back at Grand Slam Australia, how much they were hammering home no, Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega are the future. There's no way Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega aren't both winning their big matches here. And I just hope that this is it for Ospreay and the Don Callis family. They go completely separate ways. Ospreay goes up the card. Fletcher, I don't know. I don't know what Takeshita and Fletcher are going to do after this. We'll get to that later. But who cares about that? Oh, what?
Real quick though, Dynamite, Will Ospreay and Brian Keith had a really fun match. It was good.
Really?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Hell yeah.
Keith was able to keep up, I was a little worried at first about their styles, styles clashing. But yeah, it was really good.
I finally get it.
It was good.
So it was called a bounty match, right? Why was it called a bounty match?
I guess Brian Keith reverted to his old bounty hunter gimmick again. Full on, he had his old theme music and his little poncho, and he was hired by the Don Callis family. Jericho made a deal. Jericho and the Don Callis family are working together.
Also, winner got a chocolate bar.
I don't think I really care enough to figure out all the little I don't care enough. I'm glad it was a good match. I'm happy for Brian Keith. Moving on, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. Very exciting first time one-on-one singles match. We're going to throw it to Chad. Who do you got and why?
Oh, man. Jeez. This is another one. I don't know. Darn. Man, this is a coin flip for me.
Yeah. It's pretty neck and neck between both of them. I think the feud's been built really well. And typically I would throw my point towards who I would think needs it more, but they both kind of need a big win right now.
Right? That's kind of where I'm at. I don't have a coin near me. I was just literally going to flip a coin.
Here. I'll flip a coin.
All right. Heads, faces, tails, heel.
Heel. Your face. So you got Hangman Adam Page.
All in.
All right.
Yeah. I like this one. I'm so in it for the ride. I literally don't care who wins or loses. But yeah, I can see a case for either. So
I think I do care. I think I really do want Hangman to win this, but I don't want to go too far. I haven't fully figured it out yet. Dave, what do you got and why?
One point I want Hangman to win, but I think MJF is going to win with some help from a prop bet.
Ooh, I think I know your prop bet based on something you said earlier, but I will leave it so that if people weren't paying attention, it's a surprise.
You think you know him?
Oh, it's Cope. It's Cope. I think I'm gonna go. I'm agreeing with either one of you, right? Because I don't want MJF to win. I want Hangman to win. So it's just if I think he'll win, and I think the story of Hangman is he needs a little more suffering, and that's so crazy to say, but I think he needs a little bit more. So I'm gonna agree with Dave. Unfortunately, I think MJF is walking away with the victory, and Hangman is going to lose, and I will be very sad. But there's always like All In or something. He might win then. Next up, this is a number one contender match for the AEW World Title. So very important. Swerveland Strickland versus Ricochet. I'm gonna get it out of the way. All in on Swerve. Like, if this is Swerve coming to save the world title scene, thank you, Tony Khan. If he beats Christian at Dynasty, I'll give you a kiss. Okay, I'll be so happy. Um, I miss Swerve being on top. I miss him being a top guy. He's lost most of his big matches in these last couple months, and I've been pretty disappointed in that. Even though they've made sense, and I wouldn't change them, it's still sad to see. So I really hope he wins this. Even though if Ricochet wins, I won't hate it. Chad.
I don't want to sound like I'm copying your homework, but it's exactly how I feel. Like, yeah, it's time for Swerve to get back. He's done some interesting stuff, but it's definitely been kind of B storyline. It's definitely time for, I think, the most interesting AEW's been in the past year for at least their main title scene is when he was the guy. So let's go with more of that.
Yeah. Ricochet has done an incredible job completely changing his character. And, like, for the first time ever, he's good on the mic. And it's like all that. And I still want Swerve to win because there's the coat. You can't forget about the
Yeah,
coat.
and Ricochet can go off and do other stuff and still be interesting and entertaining. I don't think he needs to be in that world title mix yet.
Ricochet should go for the TNT title. He'd be a great TNT champion right now, beating Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
Like, why not? But we're totally ignoring Dave. What do you got and why?
All right. I'll give my think points on Swerve. But I'm gonna go I want Ricochet to win
Ooh.
for 1 point.
You want Ricky Saints to win the NXT title? No way.
I want
Kidding.
Ricochet to win, and I want my prop bet to come true regarding that.
Oh, you'll have a prop bet about Swerve and Ricochet too?
Mhm.
I think I can guess it too, but we'll get to that because we're wasting time not talking about Monet and Momo for the TBS title. Dave, right back at you. What do you got and why?
All three on Monet, dude. Get out of
Yep.
here.
God, we're gonna agree on a lot of this stuff because, like, I'm
Yeah.
sure Momo Watanabe is a great talent. I am looking forward to this match, but I'm at the point they did something unfortunate with Harley Cameron. They gave me expectations that they'll do something with her, so I'm hoping. I really, really want whoever to beat Monet to be an AEW talent, and like, duh, no crap. But it just means that every single match she has with a non AEW talent I will be rooting for Monet because I don't. Again, nothing against Momo. If this was for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, I'd probably say yeah, I'd want her to win because I think people losing matches is often more interesting than them winning, or can be. But yeah, all on Monet. Chad, who do you got and why?
Uh yeah, I don't I think if Momo was gonna win, there would have been more build to it other than, yeah, here's a person with a baseball bat that's gonna fight her in a week. So yeah, I think the Monet train keeps on rolling.
Yeah,
I just was like thinking, Chandler, about what you just said about you'd rather Monet win if she's facing a non AEW competitor. And then I'm like, if it were like Shirakawa, I think I'd be rooting for her. You know what I mean?
yeah. Shirakawa's a weird, instance, right? Because she's Mina
Yeah.
Shirakawa. She's been built up pretty extensively on AEW television without being signed. Um,
Mhm.
you could say something like Athena, right? Like, is she technically Ring of Honor? So if she beat her, it's not like I'd be like, Ring of Honor talent. Like I obviously I'd be happy. So it's like there are weird scenarios where I would change that, but for the most part, I want a homegrown AEW star to be the one to beat Monet, whether it's Willow, Statlander, Harley Cameron,
Megan Bane.
She's not really homegrown, but like
Yeah.
Heck,
she
Queen
could do.
Amanada picked up a win.
I
Yeah.
should be Julia Hart on Collision, man.
Oh, really? Wow, that's
Uh,
crazy.
Serena Deeb gave her a game plan.
Oh, is that the gimmick now where she's mentoring her? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
And going back to
oh,
oh,
what were you gonna say?
going back to Athena, I got the rug pulled out from under me on Dynamite because Billy Starks is somehow with Momo for some reason, and I was like, saw Billy Starks having a little chat with Monet, and I'm like, oh my god, Athena, 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 and then
Okay. I'm finding this out in real time. I thought they were setting up Athena Monet. I had no idea Billy Starks had anything to do
me
with
neither,
Momo.
me neither.
Okay. I mean, I guess we're
Maybe that's
uncultured.
coming. Maybe that's like what they're leading to.
Maybe that'd be exciting. Um, I just need Big Billy Starks to get back together.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of getting back together, tag teams that have never broken up, we have the youngest men alive challenging the Outrunners challenging the Hurt Syndicate. I think this is like the weirdest match they have on this card. Like I love the Outrunners, but it's like what are we doing? Like I'm not against this, but like they're a fan favorite. Do you want them to just get demolished? Like this kind of feels like Vince McMahon's spite booking. Unless they have like a really good match. I'm not saying they won't have a really good match, but like I like you guys watched the Dynamite where the Outrunners like portrayed strongly and like
No, not at all. Their win was a fluke.
so this is it's what's gonna happen? Like
It's
the Hurt
They're
weird.
gonna get destroyed, so maybe Hurt Syndicate get some actual heat because people love them. I think they're supposed to be heels, but people cheer for them.
maybe you're right. Maybe
Yeah.
this is them
Yeah.
trying to get actual heat. I didn't think about that.
Good
Either
point,
that, or
Chad.
maybe the plan is to put them in between two, because there's a lot of like heavy, weighty, possibly emotional matches. Maybe they're like going to be the placeholder in between, where it's actually just kind of a fun, goofy match, and
Maybe.
so you can like you have that moment to breathe.
Yeah, I mean, again, so look at this card. We have MJF and Adam Page. We have Osprey and Fletcher in a steel cage. Um, Further on, of course, we have Tony Storm, Mariah May in the Hollywood ending match, which they announced the stipulation for that. And like Takeshita and Omega, like there are a lot of like heavy matches on this card. So maybe a little Outrunners chicanery. Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't have
Yeah.
booked this, right? That's not my point. It's just so odd with the rest of the card.
Yeah, no, they're the Trish and Tiffy position there, where it's like, all right, is it going to be amazing? No, but it'll be fun.
Maybe they, because there was like that, like one of the Bucks said they wanted to be squashed by the Outrunners for the titles, which is like you're booking. Why didn't you do that? Um, but what if like that's what they do here? Where they're like, I know we've been booking up the Hurt Syndicate, but we just want them to like squash Bobby Lashley because we think it'd be really funny. They hit one son of a bitch clothesline, and it's like the one-winged angel, and it's like it's over, count to 10.
Stop it! He's already dead.
Or like, what if the Outrunners join the Hurt Syndicate? We never thought of that. Nobody and this is like a finger poke of doom. They're like Bobby and Shelton are destined for greater, but we need the tag titles. So come on, Outrunners. But they don't change a thing. They're just always there.
Nice. I'm
All
into
right,
it.
that's going to be my prop bet, but we'll get to that later. We need to talk
Book it.
about
Uh,
Chad. Who
well,
do you want to win and why?
All in on the Hurt Syndicate, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave, who do you got and why?
real quick though, this match could be just a excuse for a debut or some kind of storyline shenanigans, another Hurt Syndicate member, like maybe it's not all about the match. It's all about what happens after the match.
Oh,
That's a
that's an
good
interesting
point.
thought.
Like Jack Perry and Shibata, nobody would have guessed that's where MJF and Adam Cole would have returned. But
Yeah.
Maybe Cedric Alexander. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
tag team stuff. Maybe the Bucks come back.
Ooh, I didn't even
Ooh,
think
yeah.
about the Bucks.
There you go. So yeah, I think it's gonna be more about after the match than the match, but
Okay.
I think for my two Hurt Syndicate, but man, I want the Outrunners to win.
That's fair.
Chad literally texted me when they won the match on Dynamite in real time. He's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I want the Runners to win, but I just don't want to throw that point away. I've already thrown some away.
That's fair. I'll throw a point away. I want one on the Outrunners because, like, what if they just do it? What if they just squash them? Wouldn't it be so funny?
True.
Someone
Um,
cost the Hurt Syndicate the match.
ooh, the Young Bucks. They're like, we want the tag titles back, but we don't want to beat Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. We'll beat the Outrunners. So they like, that's not.
Or Brian Cage and uh, Archer cost
Yeah.
them. They cost them their title shot
See,
Yeah.
we're
on
saying
Dynamite.
all this. It's gonna be a 2-minute match, and like we're like, here's how the Outrunners can win. All right, I can tell, I can see it. It's gonna be a minute long. It'll be a
We're really
murder.
really trying here.
Yeah. That's why my 2 points are still on the Hurt Syndicate because this is like their second defense, right? Like no. Probably the match tied. I'd say there's 2 matches that I'm equally very very interested in. Tony Storm, Mariah May, Hollywood ending for the AEW Women's Championship. I really wish this one main evented, but come on, brother, you're not main eventing over Cope. And they've announced like the stipulation. It's basically like a no DQ, no count out. And there's like a third thing that I saw. It might have been
False
a
count anywhere.
false count anywhere. That's right. So it'll be a pretty fun match. I'm excited to announce the Tony streak is back, baby. I'm all in on Tony Storm.
Nice.
Chad, who you got and why?
I want Tony to win. I think Mariah May is going to get it back.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Wow.
I could see it. I could see it. Like maybe this little Tony roadblock is like what revives Mariah May's title.
Yeah. Because I think Mariah May was just starting to turn a corner, and maybe this is the push that could kind of actually make it like, oh no, she's really a good champion.
Okay. I like, yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't be, it's kind of like Ricochet where I would much prefer Tony Storm to win, but Mariah May's been doing such good work lately. I wouldn't hate it if she won. Like it's not the end of the world. But Dave, it'll be the end of the world if I don't know who do you think and who do you want.
Ooh, good segue.
Damn, Chad, you really got my brain churning here. What can I do differently from both of you? You put 2 on Mariah?
Yeah.
1. Okay. I want Mariah to win based off Chad's theory because I agree that she was just starting to turn a corner. She was becoming pretty captivating. But I think Tony Storm is retaining.
Ooh.
That's fair. I think
We're all different. We're all different on that.
yeah. I think for me, I want to see Tony do all the matches she missed. Like I'll do all the big matches. So Willow, Chris. I do want to see a Monet match in there. And then you could bang all that out by Forbidden Door, and then I don't know, Megan Bain beats her, or just throw a name out there. Chris Statlander beats her, Willow beats her. I don't know. But I want it doesn't got to be as long as the first one, but a couple nice marquee matches for Tony Storm in this timeless gimmick, and then give it to someone else, and Tony Storm maybe just exits the title scene for a bit because I love her. I love her as champ, but I want to see other people hold that title. Next up, arguably the penultimate match of the night for the international title, Konosuke Takeshita versus Kenneth Omega. Dave, what do you have and why?
Well, I already know what you're picking for that.
Oh, yeah.
I think Kenny, but I want Takeshita. I don't. I mean, Takeshita's been defending that belt a lot, just not on AEW television.
It's really weird. So when it's a heel, they get to defend it internationally because MJF went to Mexico, he went to UK, he went everywhere, and Takeshita went to Japan. He also went to UK. He was just in CMLL. He went to Canada for Maple Leaf Pro. So it's why is it when the heels get it, they don't defend it on TV, but Ospreay and Omega probably
Orange Cassidy never did.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna get too picky about it because I've already mourned this. But do you have anything else you'd like to say, Dave?
Yeah, just that. I don't think Takeshita's reign, was the focus on AEW television. Like I was getting to yeah.
It's bizarre. Clearly very over. Clearly everybody wants to see him. Clearly getting opportunities, just not an AEW with an AEW belt.
I seriously think if he gets to the end of his AEW contract and he's like, nah, I don't really want to resign, he'll be the biggest star in New Japan. In a couple years. I think he will be the biggest star if he doesn't stay with AEW, which it'll make me sad because I watch AEW more than New Japan, but ultimately I'd be way happier if he was the king of New Japan.
You'll have to get that New Japan membership.
Gross. Ew. I'm kidding. I think also I'm kind of thinking of it now. I think this was all just to set up the Fletcher heel turn and to set up Fletcher, which is odd because Takeshita had the title, but Fletcher, it all happened because Fletcher beat up Ospreay at Wrestle Dream, and then that led to the Fletcher Ospreay match at Full Gear, which Takeshita didn't even make the show. I don't think. No, he had full Ricochet. That's right. But who do you remember more, Takeshita Ricochet or Fletcher Ospreay from Full Gear? And then
Right.
World's End, they did it again. That's why I wanted Fletcher to beat Takeshita. That was how they pushed him out of the Callis family. Was they were like, now we like Fletcher. Now you're out, Takeshita. I thought that would have been a good pull, but whatever. We're not talking about where we wanted it to go. We're talking about where it will go. So, Chad, what do you got and why?
I'm gonna go all in on my boy Kenny. I want him to see Kenny come back though, fired up, he's still an EVP in the company. I want him to start to do awesome, cool Kenny Omega stuff.
Yeah,
and I hope this is sort of the launching point for it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure as soon as Kenny Omega starts defending that title, I'll be happy and I'll enjoy it. It's just Takeshi's literally my favorite guy right now, and I feel like he didn't get a proper shake.
Yeah.
But I'm all in on Takeshita. I gotta be. I was all in on Takeshita in a match I didn't think he'd be in. So I gotta be all in on his last title defense, at least for now.
I always go back to that TNT ladder match where he was climbing that and the crowd's like, yes, and they're just like, oh. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like
Briscoe pulls him down, and like they don't boo him because nobody would boo Briscoe, but it's clear
he
they were
just got
like
silent.
Briscoe was gonna get that part, and then Perry pulled him down, and it was like silent.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big moment that should have been capitalized on.
Yeah, they wanted the elite to have all the gold. Anyways, speaking of all the gold in the main event, it'll be Mox versus Cope for a briefcase. Chad, who do you want to win the briefcase?
Want?
And think.
Neither.
Yeah, can I put I want to put like title strip for my want. I was like, they just strip the title, make a tournament or something.
All right. So this is the scenario that I want to happen is for Cope to beat Mox and then Christian cashes in. That's what I want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess technically,
I do have to write that down as you do want Cope to win.
yeah.
So I can't put in but Christian. I have to leave it as
Yeah.
you just want, and like I say that because I'm probably gonna have to put that down for myself too.
Do I think that's gonna happen? That's the question. Nah, I don't think so. I think as much as I want to be done with this Death Rider stuff, I don't think AEW's done with it yet.
Which is crazy because like genuinely, I know you probably say like, oh, Swerve, but like what do you do with Swerve? Like, and I love Swerve. He turns everything to gold,
but yeah, how do you shoehorn him into this?
I think there are some angles so bad you just cut them. Like no matter what, you just cut them. I don't think like we all were talking a month or so ago, like, oh, Kenny can save this. Oh, Swerve can save this. Haps can save this. But it's like they kind of need to win the title like a month ago for them to save it. At this point, you just need to put it out of its misery. So I don't blame you for thinking Mox will win because I could totally see them doing that, but I don't know. Dave.
Okay. I'm gonna give my 2 think points to Moxley. I think he's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
And but I guess I want Cope to win. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do I? I don't know.
I really want to say something funny for mine. A first time for our predictions. I want in the main event of Revolution a DQ finish.
Yeah, was that a prop bet?
Oh, I was gonna say that's my result because I don't want to pick. I'll scratch out DQ.
Oh, like a double DQ.
Yeah, like double
Dusty
count out.
finish.
I'm bored of this. I
Nobody
don't even
wins,
want to
baby.
watch the match. I just give up. I'm gonna go all three on Cope, and that kills me. But like, I have to pick one of two, and I'm so even if Christian's shit didn't exist, right? So it was like you are getting a Moxley reign or a Cope reign. I'm so tired of the Moxley stuff. There's no way Cope could be worse, right? Like the world title scene has been dog shit since like October. Like I'm sick of it. I want to be into whoever has the world title, or even if they're a bad guy, I want to hate them for the right reasons. Not you're so boring, you're stupid, you're a geek, you're a loser, your whole friend sucks. So Cope. But I already have the first prop bet. Will Christian Cage cash in? Yes, baby.
Yes.
Also, yes.
It would be dumb for it'd be involving Copeland.
Yeah.
His longtime tag partner forever.
Yeah.
It'd be a waste.
No, and this is their easy ticket out of the storyline to reset the whole title picture thing. Because from Christian, you could go anywhere.
You could even
I
do.
want that. Oh.
I could see because you do have Swerve or Ricochet, but I'm going to just say Swerve for easy sake. Swerve wins, right? Cope wins, Christian cashes in. That's a three-way setup for Dynasty, right? Swerve, Cope, Christian. Cope doesn't have to
Copeland
take.
turns. Copeland joins Christian.
No, I was just gonna say Swerve wins and Cope doesn't have to turn heel. Maybe that could be where they join up, but I don't
I
know.
want to heal Copeland, honestly.
I'm not against it, but that would mean he'd win more. So, and I'm sure I'll have more prop bets as we keep going on, but that's the big one I have for now. Dave, seems like you're chomping at the bit for yours. What you got?
Oh,
What you
yeah,
got?
I got a few down here. Let's go back to Hangman MJF. Uh, somebody's gonna cost Hangman that match, and that big boy is Wardlow.
Really? Is that just intuition or
Yeah, just what I want.
fair? Fair.
It'd be a
Chad?
great way to get him back on TV.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
something
I
for
heard some
MJF.
fantasy booking earlier that I'm kind of into, and it sort of involves like Wardlow and ring stuff and all that, kind of to do with like Adam Page, like gets his hands on the ring, deciding whether to use it or not, puts it down, decides to be a face again, kind of a reverse John Cena. Then cut away, then cut back, and a hand just pops in and slides it over to MJF, and it's your good old buddy Wardlow. So I like it. I'll say yes.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna say no, just because they haven't set it up, and they didn't have to set it up. But at least with like Jack Perry joining the Elite, they kind of set it up. What they were like, oh, Jack Perry was an innocent bystander, so it made sense. Like they have sympathy, so it made sense for him to come out. They haven't done anything for that for Wardlow, so I'm gonna say no, even though I would enjoy it. Is this Wardlow anywhere on the show, or Wardlow specifically in an MJF and Hangman? So if Wardlow shows up and beats up Bobby Lashley, does it not count?
No.
Ooh, okay. And so it's got to be Wardlow specifically helping MJF.
I like it.
Okay. Next prop bet.
Yeah, these are just maybe a couple free agents. Maybe Indy Hartwell could pop up in the Tony Storm Mariah May match.
Are you saying yes to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Chad, what do you say?
Not so much on that one for me.
Yeah, I could see that more so for Monet, but I'd say Indy Hartwell at all. You get it. But I could see her showing up for Monet. Mariah May Toys are just it's their rubber match. It's their Fletcher Osprey steel cage. I don't want anyone but like Luther and Mina Shirakawa getting involved in that. Like only
Right?
people set up in the feud. But I wouldn't be opposed to Indy Hartwell. Next one. Do you have another one?
Yeah. Nana turning on Swerve.
No. That's mostly
He
because I don't want it to happen.
he hinted it on Dynamite. Can't do this anymore.
Are you saying yes to that one?
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Chad, what do you feel?
Don't want it to happen. Yeah, I'll say
Will
no.
it happen?
Ah, there's a that's another coin toss for me. I'm like, it could happen. Honestly, like the storyline reason cool, but also like Swerve's kind of just you don't need him.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say no, mostly because I want it so bad not to happen that I'm gonna manifest it and say no, it's not gonna happen. Um, I just think Swerve and Nana is one of the best manager wrestler pairings we've had in years, like since Lesnar and Heyman, I would say. So wouldn't change it. I don't think you need to. I think it really works unless Nana's going to. I mean, maybe Ricochet's not a bad idea for Nana, but I don't know. I just can't see it happening naturally. I guess, but it could. It could.
I'm not gonna do Shane McMahon, I guess. I I always do that one. How about Beth Phoenix? There to support her man.
Marina Shafir's already written off, isn't she? And then if
Yeah.
she came back out, wouldn't Willow deal with her?
Yeah.
But ooh, still Beth Phoenix. I'll go yes. I think she's gonna be in the crowd. I think Moxie's gonna go over and be like, "You suck, yeah, I hate you," and she's gonna smack him. So
Nice.
I'm gonna go with yes. I think Beth Phoenix will get involved.
I'm going yes.
Chad,
That's a no for me, brother.
what Cope said, and he wanted to not take a pin, brother. Not gonna work for me. Any more, Dave?
No, that's all my prop bets. Do you guys have anything interesting or fun?
Um. Oh yeah. Are the Outrunners gonna join the Hurt Syndicate? I'm going yes, baby.
Ooh,
Wow.
I feel like that one's so unlikely that should get bonus points if you get it.
If I get that, I win. If they join the Hurt Syndicate, I win.
Well, I guess I do have another prop bet based off that match. Are the Young Bucks going to return?
Oh, that was
Oh.
gonna be mine.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna say I'll say yes. I feel like they've been teasing their Dynamite return for a while, and I didn't even think about that. The match itself doesn't matter. What matters is somebody coming out and staring at them after the fact.
Yeah.
So I would say yes. Are you guys saying yes too, or?
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
the Revolution's a huge pay-per-view for the Bucks. I mean, look at what they did last year. So I think I miss them, and I think if they're going to come back anytime soon, Revolution's a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Before I steal any more of yours, Chad, do you have any more?
No, that was the only one I had that I was really thought would be cool.
I guess Jack Perry returning. Ah, yeah, I'd say no also.
I'm not even. I
What?
don't want to write it down. I'm not
Yeah.
giving Jack Perry the space.
Cool. All right. Yeah, this should be fun. We had enough variation in our picks to make it interesting.
Yeah. I was gonna say because it's been a while since we've had a good predictions. What if we bring back the punishment for the loser?
Ooh,
Um,
You
do we
just gotta
want?
eat a raw habanero.
Oh, you want to do that? I was just gonna say hot sauce, but I like habanero too.
Just a raw fucking habanero.
That's gonna be awful for me, but yes. So join in for our Revolution. Not reaction, sorry, but our Revolution review that should be coming out in about a week. The challenge will be the two losers will have to eat a whole habanero live on camera. So yeah, hopefully the Outrunners join the Hurt Syndicate, so I get immunity. I don't have to do that. Tony Khan, you hear me? Like, could you imagine if that happens? Like they do the finger poke of doom, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. You can hear me from your guys' house. Like, I can't believe he was right.
Yep, that'd be funny. That'd be good.
that'd actually be worth
Uh,
having to eat a whole habanero for.
Like again,
yeah.
like the Hurt Syndicate don't change a thing. They're scary. They beat people up, and then the Outrunners like, and then they come out and they beat people up, and it would be so funny, but it would never, ever, 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 ever happen. But it would be funny.
They have to wear a suit.
No, again, they don't change anything. They're just with them.
I like it. I like it. Cool. But yeah, looking forward to Revolution. There's see, I'm looking forward to Tony Storm, Mariah May, big time. The cage match and Hangman MJF. Those are my top three. Looking forward to.
Nice.
I'd say Swerve Ricochet, Takeshita Omega, and Mariah May Tony Storm. And of course, I would also put Hangman MJF, Osprey Fletcher,
Yeah.
Monet Momo.
Yeah. The match quality of the show is gonna be nuts.
I think the only thing I'm outright not looking forward to is it's what I don't ever look forward to. It's the Moxley title defense.
Yeah. Like, don't they have to do something crazy to like compare a little bit to the John Cena heel turn? Like they've got to like pull something out of their hat to make it like
I don't know. I
not
think you just
overshadowed.
stick with your own plan and just do your own show.
I think
That'd be so hard to live up to that if you try, you're just gonna look like you tried and failed. So just do your own thing.
yeah, if like the Young Bucks join the Death Riders, that's how you know they're desperate and like that's a terrible decision. But like, I
The only
think,
thing that could compare would be Shane McMahon.
yeah, I think what we've been pitching, or like what a lot of people have been saying, is Cope does win, but Christian Cage cashes in immediately, and you have two new champs in one night. I think that is your. I think at this point, I know I'm kind of setting myself up for failure here because that's the Death Riders MO, but like really if like they don't do the Christian Cage cash in here, like what are they planning? What are they thinking?
Right?
As much as I love it, but like it's almost like where are you going with this?
Yeah. True that. Are the ops done with the patriarchy? Seems
I
like
think
it.
they beat them pretty conclusively.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably have one more Hook Christian Cage match, and Hook will probably beat Christian then, and that'll be it.
For the title.
While for the yeah.
No, I don't want Hook to beat Christian for the world title.
Then we'll have the Ops Riders.
Oh God.
All right, we're gonna become a WWE show. We're gonna cover Raw and SmackDown and NXT. What's Ricky Saints and Ethan Page up to? All that and more.
Oh man. Yeah. But yeah, all right, cool. Should be a fun pay-per-view. I believe they've built up to it properly. Like no one can say there's no build because there is.
Well, God, they've had since World's End. They've had
Yeah.
like 3 months. And most of this stuff has been booked pretty well. Like most of it took what happened at Grand Slam and used that as like a really good jumping
Yeah.
off point. So a lot of people like Grand Slam Australia might have been like hindrance, but it became like at least for Revolution a really great launching point. Like all of these matches were kind of set up there except for MJF and Hangman. Swerve and Ricochet was building for a bit more. Syndicate and Outrunners is just ignore that. But like all of these other matches were built more with Grand Slam, for better or for worse.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I like to poke fun and at the stuff that's not as awesome, but man, like the in ring is just like it's kind of a dream match after dream match. So it'll be a great night of night of TV.
I'm not trying to set my expectations too high, but I think it's pretty safe to say this will be at least a good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of crazy to have a really stellar WWE pay-per-view and then a really stellar AEW pay-per-view. That'll be like when's the last time both companies were firing on all cylinders?
Yeah, exactly. Like AEW's been on a great hot streak with Dynamite. Collisions have been good. Yeah, even Dynamite last week was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Very entertaining. There was
last week I didn't hate the Death Rider stuff.
Whoa, how was Jericho? That's what I gotta know.
Didn't hate
Minimal.
he didn't have a match, so
That's a plus.
but yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. Like there are only a couple things on Dynamite that were a little weird. Like Chad was saying, you could see Christopher Daniels blading.
Oh my God, we didn't mention that. Oh, I did, and it's like it's not like he's like and so it's like, and then he's like it's so bad, like man.
They got the camera angle a little off on the concerto to Claudio. Like right when he hit, they had like the side angle of it to where you could see it clearly didn't even touch his head instead of switching to the hard camera. But I mean, it was okay.
See, that's why you got to do it from the one angle so you
Yeah.
don't even see it hit the ring, and you're like, oh, that's crazy what they did, and it's like, I didn't even hit.
So the only two things that I mean, they weren't even like a deal breaker for me. Like it was
No,
just like,
it was just chuckle worthy.
yeah. Dynamite's been really good. I'm really happy they finally got out of that slump. If they can just get this main event scene figured
Yeah.
out, dude, they're
Yeah.
gonna be hot again.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore you guys. I was looking up at Twitter because sometimes they'll announce extra Dynamite matches on Tony Khan's Twitter, AEW's Twitter. Nothing. But you know what it is today? Dante Marius, right? It's his birthday. He's
Dante
back.
Martin,
He's
he's
back.
back. Good for him. Right on. Yeah, man. I'm kind of missing Sky Blue and Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get them back. Who else is hurt? Let's brainstorm here. Kill Switch. Let's just go down the roster, right?
I'm doing that. So we got. I mean, Anthony Bowens is missing. He's doing something. He was at an Oscars watch party I saw. Billy Gunn has been missing. Don't know what's up with that goober. Whole lot of healthy people. Chuck Taylor's still on the roster page, which is crazy. I thought he retired. Danhausen, I don't know what's up with him.
Trent Beretta.
Is it? Yeah, Trent Beretta. Is it Trelistico injured right now?
Ooh, I don't know.
Hologram just came back from injury, so that's a good thing. But we got Eddie Kingston. That's the first one that we know. Jack Perry's been away. Jeff Jarrett's been gone. We don't know what's up with that guy.
Well, after that MJF.
Yeah.
Kota
You had
Ibushi.
to go apply some burn cream.
I think Kota Ibushi's got like 2 broken ankles. So
I don't even care about him.
I hope he gets healed. I don't want him to be injured.
Yeah, I don't either. I just don't want to see him on my AEW program.
It's funny. They have the Bucks with the IWGP tag titles. I thought they lost them.
He did.
Way to go, AEW Marks. Can't even have a functioning website. Which is also crazy that they changed their render and they weren't on TV once. And they didn't mention it on TV once that the Bucks just won titles in Japan. That's crazy. Yeah, there's Nicholas with his. They don't really have a whole lot of injuries right now, I don't think. I'm not seeing much. I mean,
Cool.
so far, Eddie Kingston is obviously big, but everyone else is like, I mean, I don't know where Scorpio Sky is, but nobody knows where Scorpio Sky is.
Yeah, what a shame. Yeah.
For a second, I didn't see Bryan Danielson, so I was like, did they take him off the website? They didn't.
Oh, real quick, look who isn't in between Roderick Strong and I think Ricochet.
No Ray Fenix?
Yeah.
Oh.
He got released today.
Oh, he got released?
Yeah.
Good for him.
I didn't even know that. I missed that. So yeah,
longer.
Dang it, we can't make Guantanamo Bay jokes anymore. It's over. He shut it down.
Yeah. You let them all free.
What are the grifters gonna do now? What are they gonna? Oh, I forgot. AEW has 2 lawsuits, so they'll be like, "Ha ha, AEW has 2 lawsuits," and it's like, don't mention the WWE one.
Yeah. The big one.
Yeah, no. Let's point out. It's funny that CM Punk and Tony Khan are involved in the same lawsuit. That's the funny part. So it's like, oh, are they gonna go back to court?
Feels so pointless.
Oh, Nick Nemeth.
Ryan Nemeth. Nick Nemeth.
Or Ryan Nemeth. I get them confused. Yeah.
It's okay. You're good.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Fun prediction. Good show. I think that about does it, huh?
Yeah.
Real quick, everyone out there, don't you even forget to leave a comment.
Whiplash!
Swerved ya, brother. Was Vince Russo directing this podcast?
Leave a comment, elbow drop that like button, and powerbomb the living crap out of that subscribe button. We're up to over 350 subscribers. We're trying to reach that 500. And thank you everyone who has subscribed and actually watches and listens to our product. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. And we will come back at you with a Dynamite review in a few days.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Doing the thing. Bye.
Cheerio.
Bye bye.
Wah, wah.